Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new How to Build Your Prison Real Good. This is the, I guess this is kind of the second season because we made one episode last season, didn't we? And it didn't, I ended up losing the recording for it, so we couldn't do any more of it. It's all completely my fault, of course. So here we are again. I'm just going to pause the game now my little guys have arrived. Look at them. They're so cheery and happy to be at working for Jimbo. We've got female builders, we've got male builders, we've got white builders, black builders, we've got all sorts of builders. It is fantastic. We're all for diversity here at Jimmy Prison Inc. or something like that. That's probably what we're going to call it. We're going to get rid of that letter because we don't need it at all. So this is Prison Architects. Blank canvas, as you would expect from a building game, and in this series I am aiming to show you how to build your prison really, really good. Yeah, we'll actually keep it going this time, hopefully. And there's been a couple of updates since we last played this, but we will probably look at those as we come to them, so that's going to be very exciting. So let's start, as we always want to start, with the planning of our foundations, rather. So we want a prison. I don't know how we want it though at the moment. This is the thing, we've got to try and work out what we want. So I guess we want a doorway here, corridor, and then a visiting area here, because we need all the essentials for our inmates. And because of course they're here to be punished, but they're also here to behave themselves. So if we keep them happy, then hopefully they will behave themselves more. So let's say that's our room where we're going to have visits. A door here and a door there. There we are. And a big long corridor here. And this is going to be our storage room here. Then let's have a big long corridor going down here, and then we'll probably want maybe a holding cell here, to be honest. And let's have a think. Big kitchen. We always want a big kitchen, don't we? A big dining room. Okay, so a big long dining room. This is going to be great. You're going to love this. And then kitchen's poking up here. And then actually, I don't know. It's not very symmetrical, is it? It doesn't have to be symmetrical. Buildings are symmetrical in real life, are they? And then let's have the shower. I know. If I have the yard down here, there we are. And then I can have some rooms coming off where the yard also is. So rooms such as the medical lab and cleaning cupboards, laundry, all that sort of various good stuff. Let's plan this out. It's so tricky. This is the best part of this game, in my opinion. It's trying to plan out this game and plan out how you want it, and then you can build it, obviously, how you can build it perfectly once it's all planned out, which is going to be great. And we also, I don't know, we probably also want a corridor coming off the storage room for our offices. So the offices can go down here. Oh shit, but then when are we going to have deliveries? Okay, we don't want that. Let's make storage room a little bit tighter. And a big long corridor coming down here for our offices. And then our offices are going to be here. And the offices have to be, I believe they have to be 4x4, which will be about right actually when we've... Let's just take that off. So yeah, and then once we've started building the prison properly, I can start explaining what's going on. I can tell you how to build, hopefully give you some tips on how to build your prison real good. I am sort of cheating, but not really. I am using the mod pack that lets you have more grants, basically, which makes it a little bit easier to get a bit of cash. So, I mean, I highly recommend that, because the game can be a bit of a trial, to be honest, without that. I'm talking about cash, actually. This can be our massive workshop when our workshop's done. So we've got the yard, we've got that. So let's all have all our cells then. Let's all have our cells kind of around here. And they have to be this size. They have to be 3x2, which is 3x2, which is perfect. So let's build all these here. So yeah, it's really easy to install the... It's really easy to install there. I'm just going to do that just to make it a bit more symmetrical. It's really easy to install the mod pack. I highly recommend you do so. All you have to do is literally just drag and drop files into another folder, and then that's it. Just download it, drag and drop, sorted. You've got all these extra things, which makes life a lot easier. Oh shit, it's not quite right. Never mind, this is going to be a giant cell. That's like the bonus suite for whoever's been extra good this month. And then let's have this coming up here. How big do the rest of the cells have to be like that? So let's just have it there. And then this will be enough for now, to be honest, unless we've forgotten any rooms, which we probably have. We've forgotten security. I could actually remember that top of my head right now. And then, because I know it doesn't look like much room, but we can expand out eventually. We can buy out these sides, and it'll be fantastic, don't worry. And then we'll speed up time when we can start building in a minute, and it'll be fantastic. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a shower in the middle, a shower block here. So let's have that coming out a little bit. There's our shower block. And then we're going to have our cells, which need to come up to... What am I doing? What am I doing, eh? Cheeky, eh? So yeah, we want this to be... the aim of this is to make travelling time for the prisoners the minimum it possibly can be, so then they're at their most efficient, because what we want to get them doing is working as fast as we can, and then we'll make more money and we can improve the prison even more, is the idea anyway. So, you know actually what I'm going to do? I'm going to put another room in here. Very cheeky of me, I know. And get rid of that corridor, we don't really need that corridor. And then we can have a corridor there. Look at that, that is fantastic, isn't it? And then if we've forgotten anything else, then we can always make some adjustments. But I think we kind of got everything we need. Oh, we need a little dog pen, so we can have that out here, maybe. There we are, for the dogs to live in. And, oh, a staff room, I haven't got oh, no, I haven't got a common room, so the common room can be up here, yeah, why not? That's alright, isn't it? Common room up there. We've got holding cell. We haven't got any solitary actually either, so this is another thing we need to remember. Got deliveries garbage. Haven't got an execution, but that's not important. I don't want to start executing prisoners. Haven't got an we have got an infirmary actually. And staff room. Okay, staff room's one of the new additions actually. So what was the other thing we needed? Oh gosh, it's so much stuff to remember at the beginning of this game. It's really quite tricky. I can't remember what it was. It was solitary. Okay, so actually, you know what? We'll have solitary coming off here. So then while they're relaxing in their common room, they can remember what's going to happen to them if they are naughty. And that will make them, hopefully, terrified. Because we want to instill a bit of fear into our prisoners. Look at these tiny little solitary rooms. And then the bonus solitary room there. I think it's 1 by 1 is the maximum it can be. Oh well, we'll try. So, foundations, let's get a top tip for you budding guys out there. Let's build the offices first, because the offices are incredibly important. There we are, so let's get them built. And then the rest of it can get built in its own time, to be honest. Oops, daisy. Let's get rid of that one. There we are, and then the rest of this should... Actually, you know what, it'll probably all join up together, but I hope they'll build the offices first, because I plopped them down first. We'll see. And that'll be great. And then what you want to do is you want to start filling in your walls like this with the green stuff, basically, and that will eventually place the foundations down, and walls will be erected, lol, and then we'll be ready to go. There we are. I'll probably build that along there. There we are. So that's fantastic. So these guys can get to work. I'll speed them up while they're doing that, and we'll have a look at the mod pack, the grants while we're at it. So grants. There we are. Oh, they've all got funny names, which is a bit annoying, but that's fine. Oh, why do they wonder why they've got funny names? I wonder if that's because... it's been updated, the actual game. I bet it probably is. Oh well, who cares? Let's just take them all. It tells us what we have to do, just in funny language. Take them all for now. There we are. Bang, 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 bang. These guys, we've got loads and loads of money now, which we're going to need, actually. This is why it's so important to install this mod, I think, because you're going to need this. You are going to need this this cash. Let's hire a couple of more workers, because they're going to be very important. And these guys are going to start scurrying around, placing down foundations. Very busy. It'll take them a little while, but that's fine, because it means that we can explore the rest of the game while they're building it. So, what we've got is we've got all these tabs along the bottom. We've got foundations, which we just put down. We've got materials, which is basically walls and floors. The different rooms that we can designate out, kind of like, I don't know if anyone's ever played Dwarf Fortress or something like that. I think this is the sort of thing that happens in that, where you sort of designate rooms for certain things. Then we've got our objects panel, which is where we place objects into rooms to make the rooms more useful. Staff, where we fire and hire staff. Utilities, which is going to be very important. It's something I completely forgot about, so let's pop that out here, actually, for later. Actually, let's get that built now. Utilities, let's get a power station. And a water pump station. And then we have to power our water pump station with wires. And then we'll use the pipes later on to start shifting water about the the facility, because you've got to manually do your electricity and your water. Doesn't sound like fun, but it is, trust me. Bureaucracy we have locked is locked at the moment because we need to hire a warden. So we'll do that. That's why we want the offices building first, but that actually hasn't worked out very well for us at all. Because they haven't started building that. But that's fine. We can hire a warden as soon as the offices are built. We'll focus on the offices first, and then the warden can start researching. And with his research, he'll start under the bureaucracy tab. That's the research tab. He can research things such as deployment, contraband, and cloning, and all sorts of things. And we've got our emergency services, which I've never had to use because I'm so good at this game. So hopefully, we won't have to use it this time. Because otherwise, that's going to be a little bit embarrassing. But first, actually, let's designate a bit more room for deliveries. That would be great. There we are. And garbage is going to go, or rubbish, as we call it in England, is going to go down there. So that's fine. We just extend that a little bit. And because we require an entrance, I better place an entrance. Let's have a large jail door coming into our cell. I haven't planned that very well at all because it's not symmetrical, but oh well. We'll have to deal with it, won't we? There we are. Plop that down there. They'll place that entrance down very, very shortly, hopefully. Not sure what they're doing. They're all sort of milling about a bit at the moment. Come on, fellas. And it should just appear now, our prison. Woo! Almost. Almost. Come on. When's it all going to become... There it is. Look. You see it? Shoom. Way. Look. They finished the first bit. It worked. Our plan worked. Top tip. Number 1 from Jimbo. And it worked. So let's go into materials now and place some brick walls down. These are very, very important, of course. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Jimbo, those planning lines look shit. How do I get rid of them? It's quite simple. We'll do that in a second. You just have to go into the planning tab and then right-click, basically, so you get rid of them. So I'll do that now. And then we won't have those ugly, ugly things there. But it's just I just needed them to sort of remember what I was going to do, basically, and what I was going to put down where. So let's put it back into super speed again. This is another new addition to the update. Is super speed. It used to just be this was the fastest you could possibly go. Now you can go into super speed. Ah, yeah. So there we are. We've built up a few offices. So let's go to rooms now and get some offices. There we are. Place some offices down. These are all offices. I'm not sure where the wall is. I think it's there. Yeah, it is. And then we can get some objects because these offices aren't functional basically until we have the objects. Oh, you're stuck! What a cootie! Until we have the objects that they need. So I'll place the staff doors down first because staff doors are very important because it means that only staff can go through them and prisoners can't. Basically, they're locked for prisoners. So those staff doors have been plonked down now, so they'll get put in, and this guy will be able to escape finally. And then we need to put the objects that are necessary for this room. So that's office desk, chair, and filing cabinets. So filing cabinet, bang, 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 bang. Office desk. Is that the way around? Can't see. Yeah, it is. Bang, 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 bang. And then chair, and then I built 5 because I hope this is right, I believe there are 5 members of staff, main members of staff that you need. So hopefully that won't come back to bite us in the arse. Let's have a look. We've got, yeah, we need a warden, a chief, a foreman, a psychologist, accountant, and we don't actually need a lawyer at the moment because so we will need 6 when the lawyers are functional, but they're not functional at the moment, so that's fine. So we just need 5 at the moment. So let's plonk this warden down. He hasn't actually got anywhere to go actually yet, so let's just hang on. Wardens and accountants, 2 very, very useful things. Because accountants let you see how much money you're making and losing, so that's very useful. In fact, here we are. They're ready to be hired. Here comes Sir Grumbleton, our warden. Look at him. He's not very happy in his office at all. But it's fine, because he's going to have something to do now. He's in the dark, he's bored. Let's give him something to do. Let's get finance first, and then we want maintenance, mental health, and security in that order, and then health. And we don't really need legal, so we'll just leave legal. And he's starting to research. Look at that. He's grumbling because he's in the dark, but at least he can do some work while he's at it. You know, he can see by torchlight. Hopefully, I don't really know how he's seeing, to be honest. Could be able to, he's just walking over his desk as well. He doesn't know where he's going. He's stumbling about. Poor guy, but he'll be all right. So we've got some offices, and I'm not quite sure why this is not finishing up. I assume that is because I haven't put an entrance in. So let's just plop that down there. See if that just makes it all appear. Should do, hopefully. No. I wonder why that is. Construct concrete floor. They haven't constructed the whole. They haven't constructed the other floor yet. Could be something to do with it. How bizarre! I wonder why this is. Alpha, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget it's alpha. Come on, folks. I am remiss to just delete it as well, because if I just delete this, it's going to cost me a lot of money to put it all back in. What have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? It looks like they haven't put the foundations in though, like properly to me. Like they haven't put down the concrete floors and stuff. Because look, there's lots of jobs still to do. There's concrete there. Let's have a storage room. Let's designate a storage room. Where was that going to go? That was going to go here, wasn't it? There we are. No? Yep. Okay. Yep, they're moving. They're moving. I don't know what's happening. Okay, they're storing stuff in that room. That's good. Now, what I'm hoping they're going to do is they're going to move... Oh, these trucks are getting... Oh, it's because the tree's in the way. I think. Let's dismantle that tree. Could help, because the trucks can't... I know what's happened, actually. The trucks can't move along. There we are. Let's get rid of that box. Dump that box. Dump that box. Get rid of that. Yes, yes, yes. We've done it. We've done it. Oh, yes. The traffic is moving. Completely my fault. Well, it wasn't my fault, actually, but I probably should have noticed it. It's completely their fault. So come on, guys. Let's get building again. We're going to have to... what you might find is the first time you build a prison, or even the 20 millionth time like me, is you don't have enough time, basically. You've got 5 hours until the prisoners arrive. You get 24 hours at the start of the game, and you've only got 5 hours left, for example, like now. That is a nightmare, and that is something that we can rectify by going into the reports tab, going to the prisoners tab, close. We are closed for business. We are not open to prisoners currently. So that gives us another day or so to fanny about and get ready, so that's fantastic. And hopefully we'll get prisoners in on day 3. If we can get these guys, because we've started big, so these guys... oh shit, you know what I've done? I've built this as an outdoors area, indoors area, and it was only a... yikes. And it was only a yard, wasn't it? Oh well, we're going to have to think of something else to do with this. Oh, I know what we can do, it's simple. Simple. There we are. So what we can do now is we can go into materials, demolish walls, demolish these walls around here and around here. And we'll wait for them to do that, and we'll put in some more walls, and we'll basically make that a nice outside area, because it's the yard, so you want it to be outside, don't you? A nice place for them to discuss where they're going to do, how they're going to dig out of the prison and such like. And actually, this dog area is an outdoor area as well. So let's just plonk all the walls in. This is an expensive bit of the operation. It's also very time-consuming. So be prepared for that. I'm going to make the kitchen... Actually, I'll make the storage a little bit bigger. There we are. And if you have the kitchen joining onto the dining room and also onto the storage area, it makes it a lot easier, basically. Life becomes a lot easier for your chefs, because they don't have to move as far, because food gets stored in the storage area, so they don't have to move too far from the kitchen to the storage area and then put the food in the dining room. They don't have to go too far either. So it is nice and simple for them, and that was a very long sentence, and I am quite out of breath now. But that's okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. And that's all that matters. We're spending a bloody fortune on brick walls. We've spent about 6,000 already. I hope my solitaries are big enough, otherwise we might have to rejiggle that, but hopefully it'll be okay. And because they're putting walls in now, we need to start putting doors in, because they're all going to start getting stuck places, basically. So let's pop these down, get some... Oh, hello. Is it saving? Yeah, it's auto-saving. A jerk. We don't want it crashing like last time. Oh, no, we don't want that. Ah, we don't want that. No, stop. There we are. We'll plonk these walls down, and the reason I've left a little gap there is because that large jail door is going to close eventually, and it will close there. All the doors stay open in the daytime, basically, while you're building, until the prisoners arrive, so that's another thing to bear in mind. Bear, even. And let's build a fence along here, so then they can't escape from their yard. And we also want to put grass down in the yard. Why can't I do that? Oh shit, so this counts as an indoor area, does it now? Okay, cancel this. We might have to rethink this. Let us have a think. Can I remove foundations? Yeah, I can. Oh, great. Okay, I'll just remove these foundations then. Look at that. We're learning new stuff here, you and I together, while we build our prison. Real good. So yeah, everything has gone to plan so far, really. I mean, there's always a few hiccups, like there have been with this prison. But we have sort of, we've overcome them, I think. Oh, we probably want to bulldoze this out here, actually, as well, don't we? And that's the whole fun of the game, of course, is rejigging and adjusting and doing the best we can to make sure we have a sensational prison, which is